guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special guest with me, someone I have been watching for a really long time, and I think she's incredible. I think she's funny. She's very informative. Her name is Jen. I should probably say that before I go any further. Jen from Jen Luvs Reviews. Hi. I'm certain that most of you already know who she is because you have this amazing following. You have viewers that are very invested in you, which I think is the most important thing. And we've been talking about this throughout the day, that, you know, having viewers like my viewers and her viewers that are really just such quality, you know, even if we don't have 500,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers, we have quality subscribers and viewers that appreciate us. And
our viewers are sick smart too.
Yes, very
smart,
savvy, and you know, we can't feed them a lot of BS, and that's what our channels are, non-BS channels.
Yeah, because they know yes. if they have BS detectors.
Absolutely,
and they know they're not going to get BS with us.
You know, she goes really in depth when she is going to review skincare for you, when she is going to review makeup, anything that you guys want to know about, she's going to go deep. Like, I love, when you did that Halo vitamin video, I saw you on Twitter, you're saying, video's not ready yet, because I really want to make sure I answer all of your questions and I give you a really unbiased opinion. And I love your makeup minutes. If you have not checked out her channel, you definitely have to go there as soon as this video is over. Because first, we are going to show you how Jen got this. Well, I'm going to do a makeup demo on Jen. I did this makeup today, and we wanted it to be a quick look. We've all seen me do very glam looks on myself and sometimes on other people, and you know, it's hard for me to really take it to non-glam. I always have to have a little bit of glam in the looks that I do, but I wanted to show you all something today that could be done, honestly, in 5 to 10 minutes max. We used 2 eyeshadows, well, 3. I did a little bit under the brow bone, but just gloss, no lip liner, no heavy contouring, just naturally pretty. So if you want to see how I achieved this pretty easy makeup look, which is perfect for work or even, you know, going out at night, you could totally go out at night. You could add little things here and there, inner corner highlight, lashes if you wanted. You could take this from a day look into a night look. And I think that during the tutorial, I also gave you some tips, some makeup tips that hopefully you all can use as well. We talked about some products that Jen loves and that I love. And yeah, let's get right to that demo and see how Jen got this look. All right, so we are going to get started on Jen's 5-minute out the door look. That's probably gonna end up taking 20 because we're gonna be chatting 20 to 30 to 40 minutes, but it's supposed to be a quick makeup look.
And if you're doing it without chatting,
yes, it will take you a lot less time. So not everybody is going to need to start with a primer, but I apply primers pretty quickly, right? I think most people, it's not like a time-consuming step. I'm going to be using this anti-wrinkle line Blurfector Instant Wrinkle Blurring Primer. I use this on myself. I'm not saying this because that you need any anti-wrinkle blurring.
I do, girlfriend.
But I use this one myself. I really like it, especially for someone who has, you know, normal skin. You know, you don't have large pores. You don't need, you know, pore minimizing or anything like that.
It feels nice. It feels very smooth, and it's got a little bit of, is that a minty scent that I'm smelling out of there?
Oh.
Or is that like
a little bit?
Maybe, or maybe that's like something you have on your hands. Maybe that smells a little minty.
Oh yeah, it's probably soap.
Okay, I just smelled minty.
So in conclusion, we don't think the Strivectin has a minty smell. We think it's hand soap. But that's cool. All right, so we're gonna use some Urban Decay eyeshadow primer. Again, Jen is not really oily, so you don't really need an eyeshadow primer.
I feel like sometimes it will definitely enhance the vibrancy of my shadows, help them to last longer, but I don't really need them necessarily for like creasing, like people with
like
oily
me.
lids.
Yeah, I have to do a primer always. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on her lids, from lash line to brow, and then on myself, because I am oily underneath as well, I will put some like right under the lower lash line. First, or do we want to start with foundation.
It's probably safer to start with eyes. Don't you think?
Yeah, it usually is safer.
And then that way, if you know, you're going out the door, you
Mm-hmm.
don't want to have to redo concealer.
That is a very, very good point. Very good point. So I'm just gonna brush up Jen's brows to just see what her natural shape is. All right, I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer in medium brown. Do you say Anastasia or Anastasia?
Anastasia.
Me too. I've heard people pronounce it both ways.
I think when you're talking about the movie, it's Anastasia. But if
Right.
you're talking about the makeup, I think it's Anastasia.
Yeah, because she looks like she would be an Anastasia, right?
She's super glam and beautiful.
Super glam. All right. Now, how do you do your own brows? Because I find that like when I have had other people do my makeup, which is very, very rare, the brows are like one thing I'm super picky about. Are you super picky? Are you gonna yell at me?
I'm not picky about anything for the most part in life. I usually do pencil first and then I'll set it.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I need to, but I think I'm gonna wait until like kind of towards the end to set them with the brow gel, because what I do whenever I start with my brows, I inevitably will take some of the foundation will take off some of the brow, so I have to go back and touch up. So I don't want to set it. The palette I am going to use on Jen's eyes is one of my favorite palettes. I believe Sona, who created this brand. You know Sona, right?
I know that palette.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's it.
Persona was created by Sona Gasparian. You need to look her up on YouTube.
I will.
She's a makeup artist in LA, and she does beautiful work. So this is the Persona Identity palette. It has some beautiful shimmers. It has some beautiful mattes. Sona created this specifically for women with brown eyes, but it happens to look good on every eye color. So I'm gonna go in with Goddess, which is like a bronzy shimmer, because I want it to be a color that will emphasize her eye color, that will make it look like she did her makeup, but not have you look makeup-y. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like you want to look like you did something, and you want your eye color to stand out. And this color is just stunning. I'm going to be using the Smith brush 253, and I am going to just pat this all over Jen's lid. And I'm going to go right to the lash line and right up into her crease. So I'm taking it up into her crease. Okay, this color is gorgeous. Now I'm going to take a MAC 217. I think I'm gonna go into the shade Charming, which is like a taupish brown. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna softly blend the edges of the eyeshadow. So no harsh lines. And when I blend, I like to make little circles. I like to kind of lift up the lid, make little swirly circles. So that way you're not removing the product you just laid down. Because sometimes that happens with blending. That's one of the complaints I hear a lot, that people will say, when I start to blend, I lose the color. Everything just disappears. It's kind of, it can be the brush that you're using. It can also be the technique that you're using. So you want to make the little swirlies. It really helps versus just kind of going back and forth and back and forth.
Mental note.
All right, so now that that was done super quickly, 2 eyeshadows, 2 brushes, we are going to take a little bit of this dark brown, because when you're in a hurry, you don't want to be messing with liquid liners, right?
Right.
Or even gel liners or doing a wing. I mean, that's a production. Even
a
for a professional, doing a wing can sometimes be like very scary and a whole lot of work. So
if you mess it up.
I mean, even sometimes pencils, if they can't get right to the lash line, and we're not trying to do a dramatic look or anything, so we want to kind of keep it right at the base of the lashes, keep the liner right there. So I'm going to go into this shade called Fearless, and it's like a really deep, dark, it's almost like a blackish brown, right? It's not a black,
No,
it's not a chocolate brown, but it's like a deeper. It's
dark
like a dark chocolate brown. Yes, absolutely.
I like chocolate.
I'm going to be using the Sigma winged liner brush, even though we're not doing winged liner. I love this brush. It's the cutest little tiny little angled brush. And I like that you can get right into the inner corner. And I'm just going, as you hopefully you can see, I'll try to zoom in editing as much as possible. I am going right at the base of her lashes. So it's kind of making it appear that she doesn't have eyeliner on, but that her lashes are just thicker and fuller. Of course, we're going to put mascara on, but this is going to just give that little extra oomph. Taking it right to the outer corner. And don't be afraid to pull on your eye a little bit. I know you're always hearing that's like such a big no-no, don't tug on your eyes. Well, you know what? When you get to be a certain age, you kind of have to do some tugging because your lids are just, they're falling and they can't get up.
Yeah.
I'm not saying yours are doing that. I'm just saying that for me, especially, you know, I have very hooded lids. So I have to kind of do some tugging sometimes. Yeah, and as long as you're gentle.
5-6 years, I've had to just do,
a little bit. Exactly. You don't want to be
nice and gentle.
Crazy. But yeah. Okay, I do want to put a little bit of a brightening product underneath her brow, but in this palette, this shade Humble, it's a little bit too dark and peachy for Jen's skin tone, and I want it to kind of pop a little bit more. So I'm going to be using this Too Faced Natural Love palette. I'm going to go into the shade Heaven, which is just a matte ivory. You can use any matte ivory. This is why I did that video that recently that you can use other products, because it's just a matte ivory. Obviously there are some that are, you know, more buttery and more silky and more blendable, but as far as colors go, I mean, there's so many brands that make good matte ivories. You know, you don't need to spend a fortune.
And if you have a deeper skin tone than me, you might be able to be fine with the
for sure.
shade that's in there.
Okay, I am going to have Jen apply her own mascara just because it's just easier that way. Why not?
Yes.
So let you do that.
Yes.
And then we will come back in a moment and finish up. Jen has gone and done her mascara. She did a lovely job. Let's show everybody what you used that she's recommending to me.
Okay, yes, definitely. I have very short, like, there's very few lashes there, and the Essence Lash Princess is one of my favorite mascaras of all time. It's what, about $3-4, maybe $6 tops.
Yeah.
And you can get it at Ulta.
And you said, Jen said before she applied the mascara that her lashes were really puny and they look amazing. So I looked at her and I said, what are you talking about? Your lashes look phenomenal. She said, oh, it's this mascara. Like, I don't know if I believe you.
Well, if you look back at the footage, you'll be able to see the before and the after the mascara.
So we're going to move from our $3 mascara to our La Mer foundation.
The Bouge.
We are going to make a sharp turn.
We're going super Bouge.
Yes. But I've spoken about this on my channel. I know I put it in my top foundations for mature skin. You said you had a gift card for it.
I did not all of it.
I know, me
about
too.
half of it.
That helps.
Gift card. Yeah. Oh, it totally helps.
Yeah.
It made me go that way. I wasn't because it makes me.
And you wanted to not love it.
I wanted to not love it, but I've used it so much since I bought it. But I still, I'm going to have to look at the ingredients in this and whether I buy all the skincare benefits, because I haven't looked.
Yes. And Jen's channel, I'm sure you've all already seen her videos, but she goes really in depth into ingredients, which is something I don't do. I probably should do more of that. But you are so good about teaching people about ingredients, which actually is really important. So what shade are you in? You are using the Ivory 02. I've been doing makeup with a beauty blender now for, I want to say 10 years, ever since it launched. And I feel like I just cannot do makeup without my beauty blender.
Well, it gives a beautiful finish.
It does. Okay, so we are applying this to Jen's face. It looks beautiful. I just mentioned to her that I feel like it looks a little bit light. And your response was?
I'm not so good at reapplying sunblock.
So
I've gotten a little bit darker since I purchased this a few weeks ago when I was in San Francisco. Since then, we were in Southern California for a couple of weeks. So some sun was
Yeah.
on my face, unfortunately.
And you definitely you're bringing out like a lot more yellow through here. So you need we're gonna use a little bronzer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, let's do that.
All right, let's move on to some concealer.
Okay.
If you grab your
Yes.
concealer.
So I'll give you this is, believe it or not, the darker one.
Okay.
So.
And this is the Colourpop No Filter Concealer. I have never tried this before. Jen was explaining to me that, because it definitely looks light, but she showed me on her hand how it oxidizes a little bit.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
And I noticed that for me, it changes to a darker shade very, very fast, but it seems to go there and then stay there.
So it doesn't oxidize more.
Right, like
Gotcha.
almost like when you see an apple brown, and it doesn't really get browner than the brownest that it gets, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like once it hits the air, it gets darker, but then
Gotcha.
it kind of evens out.
So we'll see how this looks. So I like to take the concealer down into this area. I am not one of those makeup artists / YouTubers that puts an ungodly amount of concealer on people, especially if someone is over a certain age. We definitely don't want to OD on concealer. It gets very, very cakey. I also, have you turned towards me a little bit? I also like to get right in here. And then I take it right up to the lash line. And then I also like to, when I'm working on clients like this, I like to use my fingers, because the heat from your fingers really helps the concealer to blend in with the skin. The number one thing that I hear from viewers and in the past from clients was that their concealer gets creasy and cakey, right? So this really helps to, mesh or meld, I can't think of the right word, but really make it one with the skin, I guess you could say. So now we are going to just, do you set your under eyes?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you like, I actually find that the Too Faced Peach Perfect Powder works good under the eyes. Have you ever tried it under the eyes? Or
maybe.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I actually find that it works pretty well. I am not a big fan of too much like baking. I am not a baker.
It doesn't look good to me.
No.
On me.
Same here. So we're not going to bake. We are just going to lightly set the under eyes. And find the powder that works for you, because it is not a one-size-fits-all thing. A lot of people use the Laura Mercier translucent.
I like that one too.
I put that under my eyes, and I look like I am 120. Like, it's not cute. Like wrinkles that I didn't even know I had. Now I'm just going to switch brushes. This is a Bobbi Brown face brush, and I'm just going to lightly set everything. All right, so we are actually almost done. We're going to do a little bit of bronzer because, I mean, it's kind of settled. It's not as light as it was looking at first, but we're still going to bronze her up a little bit. I'm going to use the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. And I like to take a little bit of the bronzer like across the nose and the cheeks. This is a tip I learned from Monica Blunder. Are you familiar with Monica Blunder? She is an actual makeup artist. She is like
you asked me about YouTubers. I got
Yes.
you. But makeup artists.
She actually has a YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
And I think she has quite a large following, but
Nice.
not as many as you would think, because she is like an old school makeup artist, kind of like how I feel I am, where we like to do more pretty makeup that emphasizes your natural beauty versus altering everything. You know, she doesn't use 7 layers of contour and all of that. But what she said, and I agree with her, what this does is it kind of mimics a real sun-kissed look. You know, it's where the sun, if you were to go out in the sun, which clearly you have, this is where you would get that color. So now for a little bit of definition under her eyes, this is not a must-do step. This is just something that I feel like I want to bring the whole look together. I'm going to go back in with that, you know what, I'm going to go in with the matte shade. You can do the shimmer if you're feeling like a little bit smokier, but I'm just going to use the Charming shade, which is that shade that we used in the crease to blend out the goddess. Have you look up? And I'm just going to gently go right under her bottom lashes. Right, okay, so now what's gonna bring this all together is going to be some cheeks and some lip. For her cheeks, I am going to use, probably this is kind of like a cliche blush to use, but I love it. It works on so many different skin tones. It's the NARS Orgasm. I just think it's gonna look pretty. And the whole goal is to just look like you're awake and fresh and youthful.
Right, and I think you have to find your blush that
Yes.
makes you go, okay, this is super easy to do, going with your own skin tone. I think Orgasm's a good one for that.
Agreed. Smile for me. And so I'm gonna put this like right on the apple of Jen's cheek and then lightly feather it towards her hairline and her ear. So for a little bit of glow, Jen told me I've talked about this in too many videos already.
Oh, not too many.
A lot of videos because I am
videos.
really obsessed with it, but it is so pretty, especially just for like if you're in a hurry and you want to have that beautiful glow. I'm just going to take a little bit of this, I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and then use my finger and just tap it right there on her cheekbone, and she is going to glow appearance. And don't worry about putting this over, you know, we already powdered, but this actually works okay over powder. So when she kind of moves throughout the day, you'll see the radiance, the glow, but it won't be like, you know, some of those photos that you see where you can, like, it looks like you can see their highlight from outer space.
They're going for like a work.
Yeah, you don't want to have like glitter. Well, it depends on whatever your job is. I mean,
Maybe your job.
yeah, maybe your job involves lots of glitter. I mean, in Vegas, it's a distinct possibility, but
Yeah.
maybe not everywhere else. Okay, so you know what? For the lips, I want to try. I just got this in the mail. You're going to be the first one to try it. This is the Dose of Colors lip gloss in the shade On Repeat. I just thought this would be like a great everyday natural color. Doesn't it look like just like the perfect like mauvey nude? What's your favorite lip liner?
I don't use lip liners.
You don't use lip liner. You know what? We don't even have to use a lip liner. We really
We're going
don't.
fast.
We're going fast.
And I feel like with lip liners, it's most important to use those if you're using a bold color that's
Yes,
very different from your skin tone.
absolutely.
But if you're doing a color that's similar to your natural lip color, your skin
Right.
tone, that the lip liner, you can get away without it if you're just trying to go.
Right. Totally agree. So this color I think is going to be beautiful. And I like a lip gloss with some pigment to it. Well, especially if you just want to wear the lip gloss alone. But I love a pigmented gloss. You haven't seen the whole look yet, have you?
No.
So,
Want to see?
have a look.
Ooh, very nice.
So I think it's like a good daytime glam,
Definitely.
right?
Yes, definitely.
And it was so easy. I mean, it looks like we did a lot of work on those eyes,
Yeah.
but we didn't, right? I just patted down one color, blended it out, put a little bit of highlight under the brow. I mean, super, super quick.
Yeah.
Not a lot of products were used, to be honest. I think once you get a look down like this, if you just have like your kind of go-to thing, it should be able to be done in 10 minutes or less.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Definitely.
And you just feel like you look pretty and polished. People are going to see you and not your makeup. And thank you, Jen, for being such an amazing model.
Thank you for doing my makeup.
Oh, it's
Lisa.
my
That was
pleasure.
So much fun.
It's
I
my
really enjoyed
pleasure.
it.
All right, guys, that'll do it for this tutorial. I really, really hope that you enjoyed it, that you learned something. I am so thankful to Jen for coming to my home and letting me beat your face with some products and hanging out with me today. It's been so great hanging out and meeting you, and I hope we can do this again. You have to come back to Vegas sometime. My door is always open. We can go to the club or not.
There you go.
If the club opens at 6 p.m., we can totally go.
6 to 9, we're in.
We are so there. Like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my channel and definitely go over and check out Jen's and subscribe to Jen's channel. You will not regret it. And you can also follow both of us. I will put both of our Instagrams and all that other fun stuff in the description, as well as I'll probably put it on the screen because Jen's gonna help me learn how to do some better editing. I'm excited for that. So hopefully you'll maybe see some improvement in my editing soon. But yeah, that'll do it. Thank you guys again for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
It's like we have to look at each other longingly, like.
What in the world?
Those are eyelashes.
Oh my God.
Risa,
Welcome to my world.
Hanging from your ring light.
Are you expecting anything else?
I love it here.